The boats came in. There was whistles and it would blow its horn, and people would come from everywhere because they might be waiting on their new furniture to be shipped from Sydney. They might have relatives coming to visit, produce, they need fresh goods in the shop. And so the townspeople would gather around and wait for the boat to arrive. There's various reasons put forward as to how we came by the Pig and Whistle. It ran aground the Kamarooka in 1897, and to get ashore they threw a pig overboard with a rope around its neck, and it swam to shore, and then everyone was able to hang on to the rope, leave the boat and feel their way along the rope to get to shore. And they were all rescued thanks to the little pig. The main one that we go with is a lot of the early stock and produce being shipped to Sydney were pigs and cream, butter, cheese. And there was a lot of chaos herding the pigs from out there in their runs through down onto the boat, and they were squealing and the different people in charge of things blowing their whistles, and it was just chaos. The museum occupies the original, or the cargo shed that was built in 1908. It's a nautical museum. It's still rugged. It still has a lot of the timber, the old cranes, the hoists, the chains, all original bits and pieces that were part of the functioning of the original wharf. Even the staircase over there is the original stairs where people could walk up. Original pylons were turpentine logs, and turpentines are particularly strong wood. They went through 2 or 3 teams of horses, sadly, in the pounding of the rock to get those pylons in. Horses were faster going up the hill than the bullocks were. Bullocks were stronger. It was the Illawarra Steamship Company in 1858 that decided to run a shipping line down the south coast to help the local farmers. Daniel Gowing, he's 6 kilometres out of Tathra, had marvellous fertile ground producing stock and butter, cheese to go to Sydney, but to get it was easier, and to get it fresh to go to Sydney, he built a road to Tathra through virgin bush. He came from England. He was a free settler and he prospered. And with his prosperity, he then was the first in the district to bring out amazing machinery from England, big threshers and big, wonderful machinery to help plough and thresh what he was growing, the corn threshing, on Gillett Flats. But it wasn't until, I think, 1888, 87, 88, that the Tathra Hotel was opened up and that they started to bring passengers, not just stock and goods. Swimming on a beach in daylight hours was forbidden, still in 1902. And if by chance, you could go early in the morning or late in the afternoon, in the evening, but no way, the male and the females were separated. And then one daring man in 1906 decided he was going at lunchtime to swim in Manly, and no one stopped him. So that was the beginning of people going to the beach and swimming. And they had no way of being rescued if they got into trouble because they didn't know how to swim. We are still functioning one of the oldest surf clubs. Because Australia instigated surf life-saving clubs, we are the 5th one in the world. This boat went into the surf with perhaps a lifesaver with them and the rope and a buoy. To the man or the people in distress, he went over the side, stayed with the drowning person, put the buoy on him, and then everyone reeled him in because they were on shore, the club, and they reeled them in that way. the diving suit. The original is lying flat on the table. That was a guy called Paddy Doolan who would check the pylons for the wharf dressed in that suit, and it would not have been a very pleasant job at all. To be weighed down, we're missing the boots, we're missing the gloves and the weights, but the helmet and the suit are still there. Daisy Beerlin and her husband were the instigators of movement, the lobby group, to save the wharf. Tathra Museum is the last and the only remaining original wooden structure for shipping of goods left on the eastern seaboard.